Hey guys, this is Lydia, the lifestyle coach. I'm so excited to come at you with another live feed for our group. Go ahead and you can ask questions, you can put little hearts, I think, like any sort of encouragement. It's totally encouraged. So I asked you guys for, the topics that you wanted to hear live feeds about. And this is a theme that comes up over and over. In fact, this is a huge thing that keeps people back from moving forward in their recovery from, binge eating, bulimia, overeating, any sort of food crazies, compulsive eating, is this thing about like, well, but I've got to lose the weight first. Like, I can't give up on my health. I can't give up on my body. I can't give up on, let me just take care of this and then I'll fix, my disordered eating. So this is a big block, right? Like, what about, with all sorts of things that do with weight. So I'm doing a series for you guys that's going to address so many of these things that you were asking about. And as we come at it, I want you to come from a place of, okay, you know what? Like, we're usually in this area of this is right, this is wrong. And I want you to just try on these ideas. I want you to just look at this and just kind of see how it feels, experiment. I know that for me, this was something that snagged me for a long time, and it honestly kept me back from freedom, like personally, for quite a while. So I totally get it if this is not an easy thing to hear, but I am also committed to telling you the truth, and I am also committed to your freedom more than I am your comfort. So I'm just gonna give you some truth here. And this has been my experience and experiences of hundreds of women that I have helped get free from food crazies. So this is a series about debunking diets, and this is part 1, and I'm going to take you guys right through some of these things that really get at the heart of what you were asking about and the things that are holding you back. So, part 1, why dieting makes you a crazy person. Dieting is super common, you guys, and it totally seems to make sense. I get it. It made sense to me for so long. Like, okay, calories in and calories out. But what I didn't know, and what most people don't know, is that dieting makes you into a crazy person. Dieting is the #1 cause of eating disorders. But hey, maybe you're stronger, and maybe the weight will stay off this time, and maybe you haven't just found the right diet yet, right? And it'll totally work this time. But ask yourself, has that ever worked? Has it ever worked for you? Really look at your true behavior. Have you ever been better off after trying to lose weight? Has it ever improved your relationship with food? So yo-yo dieting isn't a thing that happens sometimes. It's a thing that always happens, right? Here's why. Your body is wired for survival, and food is a huge, huge part of that. So your body has so many mechanisms to keep you eating and finding more food, because if you don't find food, you die. So your body has these really strong biological signals to tell you, hey, you're hungry, get food. And also, hey, look, there's food. You should eat all of it. So if your body feels safe and fed, it tells you when you're still hungry, and it tells you when you're full. If your body feels threatened or starved, it will, #1, make you think about food all the time. Have you guys experienced this? When your mental energy is just always thinking about food, and you feel like you're obsessing about it and you're planning it, and you're just like, man, if I could just eat, that's all I'd want to do. So 1, you're thinking about food all the time. 2, it's going to turn up your hunger signals so that you never feel full. Have you experienced that? Man, I feel like I could just keep eating forever because I'm just never satisfied. And 3, it makes food seem really important and awesome. Oh yeah, awesome. I love it, you guys. You're, commenting. Beautiful. Yeah, it makes food seem so important. Do you remember when you didn't used to feel that strongly about food, and now it's man, good food is the most amazing, fun thing in the world. All my pleasure comes from food, right? And 4, it's going to drive you to eat huge amounts of it anytime that you can. This is called an eating disorder. To create this disorder around food, one way to get there real quick is to feel starved. To create this feeling, all you need to do is diet. Your body knows that you're starving. And no matter what you say to your body of oh, this isn't starving, this is just getting healthy, right? It's your body doesn't know what your intentions are. Your body just knows like, whoa, there's all of this restriction all of a sudden, right? And so it's having to use, when you're, losing weight on a diet, losing muscle, all those sorts of things that you lose when you're restricting calories. It's your body's having to use these precious fat and muscle stores. You're literally cannibalizing your body to keep it going, and your body freaks out. Like, I realized when I just thought with gratitude about when I was bulimic, like how amazing my body was. It did crazy stuff to get me to eat because it was trying to save my life. Like, we have mechanisms in our life to keep us going, right? So your body doesn't know when it drives you to eat that you have 100% chance of getting food in the world that you live in, and lots of it all the time. So what happens is we eat way too much and we binge, and then we freak out because we ate so much, and then we diet some more, and then it gets worse and worse. So learning how to eat well without pushing all those survival instincts is the only way to get out of that cycle. I'm not saying that you can't be healthy and at your set point weight and feel peace around food, but obviously dieting is not a way that works, right? So we've got to figure out how to eat better, how to eat in a way that serves us without pushing all those survival buttons. So that is the key here. So this is part 1, and if you want some support of getting out of that spiral that you've been in for so long, you guys, in this group, you can just go to lydiawente.com/apply. Hopefully there are still some open spots, or you can get on the waiting list if there aren't any, but you can go there and snag a spot for a free 45-minute session. And I will be doing more live broadcasts here for you guys, so that you'll be able to have all of these fun little pieces that are going to answer so many of your questions coming in. Feel free to keep posting with more things you want to hear on live feeds, but that is why dieting makes you a crazy person. So this is Lydia, the lifestyle coach, signing off. Mwah.